You clicked on the thumbnail of this video to see what would happen if Zoink were exposed for cheating. And that's exactly what you're going to see today. I've compiled a list of things that would happen if Zoink was exposed, and I'll be going over them in this video. Looks like I'm stealing from SD Slayer's book because I would like to remind you to hit like and subscribe, baby. Yeah! Let's go! What would really happen if someone was exposed as a cheater? First, everyone would move up on the stats viewer, making Pop-Off top 1 and put nickname 09 in the top 10. It would also make Pop-Off the verifier of Amethyst and Thinking Space 2. Ashley Wave Trials, Quantuous Processing, and Orbit would be exempt from the list, putting Silent Clubstep back in the top 10. More than likely, Subsuming Vortex would be moved up because Zoink said it was easier than a lot of top 10 demons. However, in Cursed opinion, it's harder. Here's all the changes that would happen in titles of Verifier and First Victor. If Zoink was exposed for cheating, Doggy would become the verifier of Acheron, Diamond would become the verifier of Avernus, W Pop-Off would become the verifier of Tunnel of Despair, Trick would become the verifier of Tidal Wave, Z Levi would be the verifier of Through the Gates, Spooked would become the verifier of Nullscapes, the underrated player Malik, fuck that, would be the verifier of Defeated Circles. These levels that seemed untouchable due to Zoink's early claim might suddenly be recognized as completed earlier than originally thought, which would shock the community. Notable changes in the first victors would be Z Levi would become the first victor of Flame Wall. The player Garbag would become the first victor of Every End. Nickname 09 would be the first victor of Andromeda. A6 would become the first victor of Subsuming Vortex. Doggy would become the first victor of Silent Clubstep. Tyaga would become the first victor of Kyoki. Surprisingly, Curse would be the first victor of Slaughterhouse. WizKid05 would be the first victor of the Lightning Rod. Daddy Doggy would be the first victor of Sakupan Circles. Stefan Boss, an unknown player, would be the first victor of Deimos. And last but not least, Vonik would become the first victor of Silent Locked. Some players might get boosted visibility as a result, especially Trick and Pop-Off, who would inherit multiple verifications and first victories. Players in the GD community might reevaluate Zoink's influence and discussions about Zoink's controversial records. Players who never had the chance to beat Zoink verified demons might get more opportunities to claim firsts. It would also influence the demon list moderators not to trust someone's influence over other players. Many spots would be changed beyond what I said, due to uncertainty about where people or demons should be placed. Some Zoink verifications might be placed a little lower, or maybe even higher. The level Zoink is currently verifying, the bloop, might be passed on to someone else. While most upcoming verifications currently do not involve Zoink, like Vehemence, Angelicide, Grief, Sweeping Demon 2, or Heliopolis. These levels remain unaffected for now. It would also redefine history in a way. Think of the GOATs, right? Riot, Sunix, Nobleboy, Technical, Trick, and Zoink. Trick and Pop-Off and others might be recognized as GOATs for verifying many legendary levels and gaining more recognition, now that Zoink is out of the picture. Some people might say that the demon list would crack down on cheaters more, but Zoink uses a hand cam, CPS, click indicator, and there's audible clicks in his videos. If that doesn't prove enough, then what does? So, I don't think there would be any methods to moderating the demon list better that would prevent cheaters in the future. The culture of Geometry Dash would change, though, because many people who use Zoink icons will stop using. Shorts creators wouldn't make content on him anymore. He would probably quit YouTube. Space UK didn't quit YouTube, and he went on to even do some legit completions. And just remember, there was a time when we thought Space UK was all that. There was a time when we thought Anaban was legitimate. There was even a time when we thought Cyclic was the GOAT. All the notable cheaters in history are just cheaters because they were exposed today. If you were teleported back to the days when they were cheating, they would have been the biggest influence on the community ever. And to think that now they're rejected and shunned from the community, It just shows how influence, propaganda, and illegitimate actions can have on us. Anyways, take care, drop a like and sub on your way out if you enjoyed. I had a blast making this video, and it should be a short little film that's fun to watch. Took me a little bit, but see you guys.